Ready to stream this now? Just every single time I switch game I have to start a new stream. Okay, hello everyone again. I'm gonna now stream the second half of chapter 1. Okay. Chapter 1, School Life, Deadly Life. Alright. Yes, load this save game. Let's continue from where I last saved. I'm hoping that the music's not too loud again. Okay, alright. Let's talk to Kyoko.
Hey.
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking about putting someone on guard duty so no one can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey!
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no. We can't just leave him there alone.
What?
What? Why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. What? Fuck you!
So then...
Fine then, I'll stay on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player co-op based defense with the two of them? With their staff, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you. But... I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try. Okay, so... let's talk to... Asahina. What the heck? I hate this, but still, we don't have a choice. We have to figure out who did it. Or else, we're all dead. Okay, how about Celeste?
Oh!
So you finally noticed.
What the crap?
Huh? Noticed what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received. And I noticed something very obvious and very unusual.
Huh?
Huh? What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm. Ah! What? She's right! Then could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it? Okay, Byakuya. We need to hurry up and figure out who the culprit is. Leon?
Are you
So we're really gonna try and find out who did it? Taka? If we find out who did it, then only that person dies. But if we get it wrong, then the rest of us all face execution.
What the heck?
That's what that ridiculous school regulation said, right? So stupid. Mondo?
Huh?
Is this really happening?
Don't fuck with me.
Screw that piece of shit bear. Masahiro? Huh? What's going on? Of course, he doesn't know anything. Sakura? We can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward. That's Hiro.
What should I do?
Someone got right in front of us. They... Hifumi? Hifumi? Cognitus has crashed. Restarting now. Please wait a moment. And then we'll talk to... Kawa. She must be so shocked she can't even open her mouth to talk. And finally, let's look at Junko. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check her pulse like they do in the movies and stuff, but... she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check. After those injuries and losing that much blood, frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that.
Huh?
Huh? Hold on. Hold on! Just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means...
What?
That means everything that's happened so far is real. It's not a joke or whatever. It's really real.
Let me out
Hell
of
no!
here!
Someone save me! Let me out of here! Somebody help me!
What's your problem?
Now you're just now accepting that?
So then,
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong,
so...
well, do I really have to say any more?
Actually...
I'd rather you didn't know.
Goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. And just like that, just like Kyoko, he was gone before we realized it.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I better head to the scene of the crime. Ah, that's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. Whatever son of a bitch did this right here, right now, and what they're thinking of destroying that evidence,
You're fucking dead.
they better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious, I will fuck them up. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off.
So,
But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? And we're gonna investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
Anyway...
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
This is
It
very
was
suspicious.
you. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next?
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true. We may as well at least check to check. Just at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I will black out.
Oh, yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Alright, I guess I'll better get going. Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. And their parting looks at me still had been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think that I'm the killer? How'd it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise everyone will...
Execution is execution. Electric chair. Poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. Alright, it's investigation time. I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death was estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow, I have to find out the truth, so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Okay, Monokuma file has been added to the truth bullets. I gently... Okay. Okay. There's no point in doing that again. Okay. Something else, No way, I seriously don't want to die here. I'm begging you, God, Buddha, Mother Earth, God of Space, King Neptune, help me. I don't care who it is, just get me out of here. Hiro doesn't seem prepared to do any kind of investigating right now. How about Chihiro? Aren't you going to help investigate, Chihiro? But I can't leave Juko here. I feel sorry for her. I have to stay with her. Okay, well, there's nothing much in here, so let's just go to the room in question, my dormitory. So that's probably where we're gonna find the most evidence. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime, my room. We won't make any progress without investigating there. Yep. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I'd better examine the state of my room a little closer. That room might reveal something new. Okay, so... Oh, there's the key. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key. If I remember correctly... Oh, that's right. We have to trade keys. When we switched rooms, we switched keys, too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then... How did the killer get into the room in the first place? Did Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or opened it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka wasn't here when we switched rooms. And with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. So she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Switching rooms. Okay, has been added to the truth bullets. Okay, how about the sword here? This is the replica sword I had brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus the sword's been taken out, so it's just a sheath, but... Huh? There's some scratches on the sheath. They must have been made with something sharp. But how did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're going to attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? Okay. Oh, and there's the sword itself. This is the replica, okay. And plus, it's been taken out of the sheath. I actually hadn't looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off of parts of the blade and handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. Alright, the lint roller? Huh? Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there's way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decided to clean up a little? There are gouges in the bed like someone attacked it. What the hell happened here? The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. Okay, how about in the drawer? The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that it's been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly
What?
in the mood to be building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
No, just me.
What?
Nobody's busted theirs out yet, far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way.
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because, like, why the hell would we? Okay. There's the scratches on the wall. There are scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? Looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it, I was right there in the other room. If I only had heard something. That would not have been possible. Huh? Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you, and there's no way you could know.
Well,
perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Evidence of struggle. Okay, let's go to the bathroom. I guess we're not looking... I guess we're not done looking around here. I guess we can talk to Sakura. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
hey,
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Oh, there's Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area. But...
What are you doing? Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
she was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen.
Are you a clean freak? Huh? No, I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey.
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
So...
I searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well?
That's the question, isn't it? Okay. The cleanliness of the room has been added. So maybe we can go into the bathroom now? The bathroom. And on the other side of this door? No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. But I can't. I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse. But that thought held me up and supported me. Okay. I guess we can observe the body. I told myself I couldn't face what I saw, but now's no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. As some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach, that must have been the killing blow. Whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. But according to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery there on her wrist too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is... Huh? There's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. Both palms of her hands are totally spotless. So how come only her left finger? Okay. The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. the killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is where her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Okay, what's this? I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her. There I saw. What? Written in blood, there were the numbers 11037. Did Sayaka do this? Okay. The water from showers gets turned off at nighttime. Is there anything else to observe? Okay, I already read that. Okay, let's just skip all this text because I already read that. Okay. Okay, is there anything else? Yeah, okay, that's that for the bathroom. It would seem... It looks like you found it, right, Makoto? The bloody numbers, that's most likely Sayaka's dying message. I've never seen something written like that, written in blood before. It really was her final message, as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037? I have no idea what they could possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way she found her, it means she also wrote them turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were able to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result?
Well?
Think about it. You're not gonna tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you will remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means, but honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer?
Makoto.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck. Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But I'm actually referring to the broken doorknob. Not the doorknob.
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob. What the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? Sneeze. Okay, let's continue. She stood there for a while, lost in thought. Then apparently struck with a sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that their bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is, only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
So that clears that up. Huh? What clears what up? I'm so
Goodbye.
lost. Well, I'll see you later. As if forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. Okay, the bathroom doorknob. I don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. It Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks. If they'll even talk to me, that is. Okay, let's go. Outside. Yep, let's leave the area. Huh? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. Huh? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates of my room and Sayaka's room were switched? So all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do that? Okay, let's go ahead and go inside and get the DVD. It was in her trash, right? There can only be one thing in the trash can. Yep, the DVD with Sayaka's name on it. Sayaka got really upset after seeing what was in the video. I wonder, what did she see? It may not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. I'm sorry, Sayaka. I need to borrow this DVD. Okay, we got the DVD. Let's get out of here. You want to talk to me, Leon?
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I can't just stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Oh, I already checked that out. Okay. How about you, Byakuya?
Very strange.
So why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No, you got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide suspicion on his face. Even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for your death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. She's dead because of me. Then it should have been me that died? Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then Okay, well, let's see. Where could a person get a knife? I mean, the one idea I would think is the dining hall with the kitchen. Let's see. It's the one place I could think of where a person could get a knife in this school. Oh, there's Hina. Let's talk to Hina. Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kinda hanging around out here. Tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. Okay, let's probably go inside the kitchen. That is just a weird short shape for the door. Oh look, there's a knife missing! There's all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or I'd better see if anyone here knows more about it. Okay, let's leave the kitchen. And by talking to Hina earlier, she would definitely know if someone left, because she said she was here last night. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, the knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope, last I remember they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right here in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Okay, so we have Hina's account. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? Of course not, I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean...
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So I mean... You guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends and killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. That's okay, Hina. Okay, so we found out where the knife is. And there's the nameplate switching. Maybe we can go back in here and see if there's anything else we could find. I think, maybe. Oh wait, no, I forgot. We're supposed to go talk to Chihiro, and I think she's still in the gym. Okay, let's go to the gym. Hey, Taka. Okay. Let's see if Chihiro knows anything about those numbers. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what these numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. How you doing here, Hero? No way, I seriously don't want to die here.
Help me!
Okay, yeah, it's the same. Yeah, he's just not doing well. Okay, we're gonna leave the gym, and let's see if we can go find any other places to investigate. Let's look around. Okay, there's nothing here that could have been taken, other than the sword that I took earlier. Okay, let's keep looking around. Alright, AV room, to watch the video. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play, and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with the friends she had. She said she had been so important to her. She was positively glowing in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then the voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly the screen went dark, and in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Let's get the answer after graduation. Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're all a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Wow. Okay, let's see if we can find more evidence. We need to prove that I didn't do it. We need as much evidence as I can get. Let's go look around, see if we can find anything else. We already checked these rooms around here. Okay, that's the girls' bathroom, boys' bathroom. No, this is a room I haven't checked before. There's a sturdy gate here, no way to get past.
Monokuma appears!
It's the end of the line. Trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How'd you get this gate? How do you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any further!
No. No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
And same line again. Who's on cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
Okay, this is stupid. It'd be faster just to go around and ask the others.
No, you can't go any further!
Oh my gosh, Monokuma! Cleaning duty. Okay, so let's leave the area for now. Let's go find who was doing cleaning duty. We'll talk to the first person we find and so on and so forth. Oh, there's Hifumi here. Let's talk to him. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was going to start this morning, but after what happened, I hadn't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in the front of the trash room?
Here we go!
Of course! It's my job to gather all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so you'll eventually be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room, and the only person on cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point in going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can throw things out whenever we want? That does seem more convenient.
So in other words...
Actually. And there's the rule.
So that's it.
That must be why. If anyone can go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The fear would disappear and things would become boring. But boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard.
Hey, fatty. Why'd you want the cleaning duty gig anyway?
Oh.
I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You...
Liar, I know why you did it.
Is it like...
You wanted to dig through all the girls' trash. You're looking for, and poking around at it.
There's no way
What
to
are
think
you
about
talking
this
about?
in a common
All my love
sense
is
kind
for
of
the
way.
2D.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kind of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to... I would never get tired of 2D! After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily chose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about Hifumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them from picking the trash up the trash to disposing of it. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to. Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have another favor to ask you. What, so now you want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma, or stay in the village, or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around. Oh, okay. So easy. So Hifumi and I headed down to the trash room. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said, so him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever, just please hurry up. Please just hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hifumi pulled the key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then...
Mr. Naegi!
However, Mr. Miyagi, surely you aren't planning to use a trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along. No! I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You wanted to see if anything was left behind. Maybe wait, a parallel world? Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. Oh, there's this broken glass here. There's shards of broken glass scattered around in the front of this incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this
Yeah,
perhaps...
is that? Do you know what this is? They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. That is a Dragon Ball reference. Wonderful. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might find on a big city street corner. Gaze into it and it'll show you a glimpse of the future. And just like that Mina girl who was on the quest to find that one guy. Mina? Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. And they should still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. We'll look at him. We'll go check him out after we figure out. Oh, there's this little piece of shirt here. This is the incinerator. It's in the way back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. And it's on right now! Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. You gotta press the green button to get it going and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Someone turned on the incinerator? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here.
Was it a
Perhaps
fairy?
it was the work of a fairy. Hifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said the last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Yes, about that there can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate,
Most
it
suspicious.
should be impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet... So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? I wanted the little shirt piece down here, actually. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. It looks like a burnt piece of something. A burnt piece, like a hunk of burning love? Anyway, this looks like a piece of cloth, and the shape is a part of a sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all left of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people with the light button-up shirts. This isn't enough to figure it out who the killer is. This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't. What does this all mean, Mr. Miyagi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me?
That's it.
Everyone
I'm sure
already
of it.
knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. The green button turns it on, and the yellow button turns it off. Or so it seems anyway. Is there anything else to look at? I don't think so. I guess we can talk to him again. And hey, Mr. Naegi, you seem a little down. Huh, really? If you need any help lifting your spirits, call on me anytime.
Come on,
I've got all kinds of stuff that might help you cheer you up. Yeah, I think we're done in here. Well, let's go talk to Hiro about the crystal ball. Talk to Hiro about that crystal ball. I said that already. Repeating myself. Okay. Okay, Hero. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No, I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Makoto, what are you doing here? Wait. What? Does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break?
What?
Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that all seriously BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Okay, it's been updated. I guess we should check out the laundry room next. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years. Came out to be like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Oh, I guess we're not going to be able to check the laundry room.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's
Okay.
time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please
where do we
go
have to
through
go?
the red door on the first floor of the school.
Okay, red door, first floor. Got it.
See you soon!
Alright, Monokuma. Let's go do this. Let's go prove my innocence. Oh, I forgot to read that. The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, that's where I have to go. Okay. Let's go prove my innocence. There's everyone. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid to be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Yeah, just yet. Let's save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Honestly, if this was like an actual reality, it would be absolutely terrifying. Okay, let's talk to Kyoko. Let's get started. Sakura,
Hey,
there's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future. Hero?
impossible.
Damn, we really gotta go through this class trial thing, huh?
You know?
If you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
What?
So whoever stuck us
What?
here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh? Chihiro?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, in the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? Okay, Taka?
Got it!
Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way.
What the heck?
I can't believe it. I can't help but wonder whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Celeste? Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? I think I found some things. Being so insistent even though you obviously killed her. Very impressive. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? Okay, Leon.
You know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. And last person talked to is Hifumi. So, the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Miyagi's final curtain call. Oh my god, I didn't do it, I swear! Okay, I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well,
let us begin.
Yes,
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try to give myself courage, I turned trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh!
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. We finally arrived. What do you think? Does it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up! We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easier for anyone to transfer their attention on ease to anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yep, let's save the data. Yes, obviously, but we're also going to continue. Open e-handbook. Okay, well, I don't think we need to do that yet, but I guess we can set the one skill that I have, I think. Here. Increases damage to your opponent when a statement is destroyed. Bullet time battle. Okay. Finish preparations. Class trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
All right.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
This is gonna give my voice a bit of a rest from talking, reading all that so much.
Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a
That's not
goddamn
gonna happen.
idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Yeah, exactly. That's my first thought,
Before
honestly.
we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Okay, go ahead, Kyoko.
What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Okay.
Friendship penetrates?
No, Hifumi, no. Hifumi, no.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
Yeah, that
There were
one.
only
What about this
15 of
one?
us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
But why?
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started!
Okay, let's get ready
First
to get
up is
started.
the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin!
Alright. It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak about everything. But, because this isn't just about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried in their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim, and then fire with the triangle button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so be careful. If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun! Alright, let's do this. Let's do the Ace Attorney stuff. Evidence of a struggle. Okay, let's hear it once and then we'll do,
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Yes.
In the bathroom.
Yes, that's a
So
fact.
it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
That doesn't
She
seem
didn't even have a
right.
chance to resist.
I'm sorry, I gotta... Nope, and I missed. Huh, there's definitely something odd about that last statement. It definitely contradicts what I already know. For the first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot or refuse someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. For the group of statements, some words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important information, though always not inaccurate sections of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. You can fast forward an argument by holding down the the circle button. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered...
I love how they
And the
sound.
murder took
In the bathroom. So it seemed the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to...
Got it.
No, it's wrong!
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Yep, what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Yes, the murder
Wow,
weapon.
this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. The kitchen knife. That's what killed Sayaka. Yeah, kitchen knife set. Let's see, we gotta find purple words.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
Yep.
So the killer used some random knife they had.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, because it was some knife from the kitchen, and I needed to put my PC on the charger.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Thank you for saving me there, Kyoko.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more learned about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. You can concentrate by holding down the R1 button. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge. If this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will cover over time, so let your brain take a rest, so no need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. I'm not gonna concentrate. I'll be fine. Okay, we gotta do Hina's account. Let's go.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon.
Yeah.
But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Nope. Hina was in the kitchen, in the dining room.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Yep, she's gonna say she didn't see me at all. Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were when you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So there's no point in having
So
an
in
accomplice,
other words,
period.
two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Well, he just spilled.
Did I say that out loud?
Man, he just got mad and he's like, nope, there's no accomplices, nope.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
Oh yeah, who can?
I can.
Oh, there we go, Sakura.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
Well, she has someone's about for
I
her
hate
then.
to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking. I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
I don't
We're
think
not
so.
allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Yeah, it doesn't, so
I don't
it's
think
not a
that's a
problem,
problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
It's pretty obvious that Sakura is a girl. I mean, she is wearing a female school uniform with a skirt.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Who's someone who's not here? Are you talking about
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? So the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
Then
that's an obvious
Sayaka
conclusion.
is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
Damn.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Damn it.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong!
Yes, you are all wrong. I know I didn't do
Twist
it.
the argument and send
Makoto
us
didn't
all
do
off
it.
in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
No, I don't. Damn, if I don't do something, they're all gonna blame me for murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
I think she's talking about the nameplates.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I think so. Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. As things advance further in the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Then use the left stick to aim and press the triangle button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun! Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. We can just figure out what that thing is. Maybe it's his key. Actually, that would make sense. Let me see. H. Hair! Move! Hair, duh.
Now
You
I
think about it, if I
understand.
remember, the lint roller, it was used.
That's right! There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes, and if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
That's true.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
Or maybe...
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
That's true.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
Because the killer was trying to make sure they were never
killer
there.
got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Yeah, because there's no point in me cleaning my own... like, there would be no point in Makoto cleaning his own hair.
Makoto isn't the culprit?
Finally.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Yes.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yes, there is. There's plenty of reasons.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Yes. The doorknob.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Yes, I do. It's the evidence that proves that is the doorknob. Present the doorknob.
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Yes, there is, especially since there's not supposed to be... There's no locks in the boys' dorms.
Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Yes, I would. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one liar contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is that not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. You use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because your influence gauge will if your influence gauge is reached 0, you will fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, the strategy we're going to use here is we're going to listen to all of them, see what all the weak spots are. Okay, the truth, it's the back door. Okay, the bathroom door frame. We're gonna we're gonna watch it once, see what the weak spots are, and then we'll do it again in like 3.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
That's true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Yes.
Then the killer ran after her.
Uh-huh.
And they got into the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
Uh-huh.
Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
To finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's not me. I know exactly what pinpoint we have to shoot the bullet at. It's obvious that my bathroom door wouldn't open. So the real reason for that is, it's not because it was able to lock.
Took place in Makoto's room.
Sayaka was first, she then fled into the...
Then the killer ran, and they got into the back. At that point, the killer...
Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope! It can't be locked because if it's a boys' dorm, it can't lock. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock. Logic!
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walk-in bathrooms, right?
Yep.
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because the door frame is all screwed up.
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
Yep.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door...
Yeah, I know, right? Sucks.
That's not lucky at all!
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
Yep.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer...
Oops, that was my accident. One important detail, something the killer didn't know. For some reason they were convinced the door was locked. Which means the important detail the killer didn't know was that the crime took place in my room. They didn't know it was my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
A definite possibility, my ass!
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
I've been trying to, that's what I've been trying to tell you, like, the whole entire time. Like, seriously. Oh, man. My hands are so dry.
Okay, then who did do it?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
I ain't doing that.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
We're all screwed?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
No, not good idea. Not good idea.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
We still got plenty of other evidence we need
Does
to check
no one
out.
have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah.
What is her
Okay,
question?
so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That's a good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
Not if the key was in the room.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Nope.
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me?
Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
I mean, that's the only thing that could have possibly happened, though.
Why exactly? Can't that be it?
Yeah. The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room. I already have the answer. Maybe the evidence of a struggle? No. Switching rooms. That's it, eh?
I got it!
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just to us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't.
But of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Mondo's just looks angry in the corner. Oh my goodness, then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
Mondo just looks pissed, and it's hilarious to look at.
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Why is that, Celeste?
Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yes, sure,
Very
Celeste.
well then. Pay attention.
Dorm nameplates, okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying.
The dorm nameplates, yeah, that's wrong, because the nameplates were switched. So, yeah, that would make sense.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
Mondo, stop being so pissed!
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, So switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
No, have no reason to.
Right? Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates.
I got
Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you've switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
The question is, what happened?
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
I mean, yeah, that's probably
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Because the gold on her wrist. The reason why I know Sayaka's wrist was broken... we'll just show Sayaka's wrist.
I got it!
Because there's gold on her wrist.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Yeah. What happened in my room and what led to Sayaka's death, that's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes, definitely. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those truth bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. And you press the L1 button to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the L1 button to cycle through each bullet. Or you can just hold down the button and use the left stick to select specific bullets. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For all purposes, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. That's great. Okay, how many bullets do we have? Okay, we have 3. Let's listen to what they have to say and we'll find out which one makes sense.
When the fighting broke out,
But I don't think it's the kitchen knife set,
the
though.
culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Something doesn't seem quite right. The sword was used first, and then the knife came afterward. Is that really the order of events? Something that leads to something some unexplainable details. I'm feeling
broke out, the culprit
that it couldn't have been a
sword.
It couldn't have been that.
That's when the first blow was
No,
dealt.
I don't think so.
Sword-based sneak
Because that
attack.
wouldn't explain the
No,
scratches on the sheath.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
Exactly.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
The knife must have been used first.
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
Which means...
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Okay, which means...
whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Yeah.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too.
Honestly though, that doesn't seem right.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and...
No,
finished
she couldn't have grabbed the sword.
Sorry,
I remember her
but
palms
I don't
were
think
clean.
Sayaka used the sword to defend
Her
herself.
palms were clean, so there's no way.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her palms. Yes, her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
No, she couldn't
How
have.
can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off.
Yep.
All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Nope.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, Toko.
No, that's not it at all.
No. There's no way, cause the water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Oof.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
I'd rather much take that as an insult.
Insult, obviously.
Yeah.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka. It did have to be Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
It's the only thing that makes sense.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
Damn.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
Yeah.
And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Yes, it is.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Oh man.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She
Yeah.
wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying.
Yeah.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret.
Yeah.
If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Yeah. That's kind of sad.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
There's a time
Oh
limit?
yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Honestly, I don't think he wants to. Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. I beg to differ. There's plenty of clues. We just gotta figure out which one and let's go. Let's see what the...
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
Okay. Wait, no, hold on. That's right, there is still a clue left that can help lead us to who killed her. Sayaka left it behind. Yeah, it's the dying message, so
It's
I got
easy
that
just
one
to say,
right.
hey, decide who did it.
Okay, so I know...
But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Nope!
No, it's wrong!
This is a clue. Okay, let's go.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Yep.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
Dining. He said dining.
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes. Yes, there is no question, because her left index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Yep.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Yep.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
Sorry, I already asked her, man.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
They're not?
Oh! Yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just a look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
It kind of does.
You're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it, it's no use, I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Oh, huh? Rotate it. I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Yeah, he wrote it.
You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
Yeah.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's name. The only one it could be is Leon, because it's, if you look quickly, it's L-E-O-N. Leon Kuwata.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
Yep.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
Oh, he's...
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
Really?
It's just a
Is
bunch
it
of
really?
random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
I sense some bullshit. I sense it.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
Are you sure?
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I have a feeling I know. I think it's that piece of shirt, right? That'd be the only thing that makes sense.
I got it!
Because it's a burnt piece
You
of shirt.
mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
Yep.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Not quite.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's true.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
Damn, he just looks super pissed.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
I think I have
Are
some
you
of those.
finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
There's something about it we need to pay attention to. How?
I got it!
Yeah, how? Because it was in the incinerator.
Look closely at how the shirt was disposed of. We should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. you can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either.
No.
You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
Which was
So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe, but I still think it's you, Leon. No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That's what exactly proves that Leon is the real killer. I have a feeling I know what it is. It's the broken glass ball, right? Yeah, the shattered crystal ball. The only thing that would make sense, honestly.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Yeah.
No, it's wrong.
I had a feeling it would be that one because if you think about it, if someone threw the ball, they'd be able to do it from far away.
I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Yep.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was to throw it.
The killer
love how
simply
divine
took
with it
aim
was
at
an
the
answer.
incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate.
Yep.
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned on the incinerator on? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off the last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Yep, that's true.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
Yeah, I think so.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star? Yeah.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
I'm not the one who sounds stupid, man.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then.
He's so pissed.
Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed.
Pretty much so.
Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yep. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial back to an end. This is called a closing argument. In this phase, you will give us a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of the events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there is a number of pieces missing. It is up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the X button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun! So, if you think about it... Okay... Okay, let's look at all the truth panels. Okay. Okay, so first one has to be the door answer. Yes, that would make sense. Okay, yeah. Wait. Is there one? Yeah, there's one right here with the sword here. That would make sense. If you go through the case correctly, then the killer defends themselves with the sword, whacks Sayaka, then Sayaka drops the knife. Then Sayaka runs into the bathroom. Killer tries to open the door. Wait, no. That's not it. The Sayaka, he opens the door with a screwdriver. Then he stabs Sayaka. But we have to... He stabbed Sayaka, but... We gotta have the thing of her writing her name. Not her name, but his name. Then... Use the lint roller to clean the floors. Then... He uses the ball. Throws it. Then he pulls up the shirt. Wait, no. Wait, that's not it. Wait. Oh, I found the one that goes there. This one would make more sense. It goes in there. And then the shirt piece is left done. And now let's reenact.
Is you!
Okay.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning.
Yep.
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them.
Yep.
She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for.
Yep.
They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Yep. Oh, that wasn't it? Oh man. Okay, that's the only one that I messed up, I think. Maybe. Oh, maybe it was this.
The killer is you! During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Yeah.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom.
Yep.
The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open.
Yep.
What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
Yeah.
So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife,
and stabbed her.
And stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her.
Yep.
And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence.
Yep.
First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
Yeah.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt.
Yep.
They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch.
Yep.
For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star.
Yeah, that would make sense.
The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed.
Yep. It was the little shirt piece.
Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator.
Yep.
The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Damn.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object!
Well, of course he does.
All of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
I have a feeling I know what the
Without
evidence is.
It's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I believe so. I have the evidence. Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Sometimes during class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We'd like to refer to this as a bullet time battle, aka the BTW, by the way. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with the tempo marker as they move across the screen, when they reach the center. Press the X button to lock on to an opponent's statement. Then destroy the statement you've locked onto with the triangle button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot will appear. At that point, you can press the triangle button to shoot it down with a truth bullet like any other statement. Repeat their statements fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun!
When the killer broke the bathroom doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. So what did the killer use?
What did the killer use to take apart the doorknob?
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show this individual evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. A moment of truth.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lied! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
This is fun.
You lied! Where's your proof? You kidding me?
Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie!
Oh, final strike.
Where's your proof? This should prove it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, honestly. The toolkits were the only thing that makes sense, because according to Mondo, he said nobody had opened their
The screws on the
toolkits.
bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove that.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Yep.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
His own.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
No, it's not.
Stupid.
I think he gave up.
So, you have no rebuttal?
I don't think he does.
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Honestly, that face that appeared kind of creeped me out, honestly. That one, that just creeps me out a bit. Just a bit. Okay. Okay, so I got an A rank. Cool. I'm just gonna collect those.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes?
Yep.
You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe
You
it!
son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice. It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
So that's why I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. There was a complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all.
Hey! Come on!
You expect me just to accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. And when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped in here, there's no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here! The one thing that was more important to her than everything else, her dreams, her friends. To see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I meant it, even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friend that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
"No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side."
She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy. The entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships?
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
She seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she descended into pure madness. What did you say?
Phew.
I understand, I do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've really done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it!
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. You just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kuwata will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. And you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had a number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So,
No, that's
why...
not... Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh,
are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming on Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him. What? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. Uh-oh, did I awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up! Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh my. Oh man, what's gonna happen? Man, this art style. Oh goodness. Oh. What's going on? The 1,000 blows. Oh god! It looks like it hurts! A lot! Oh my god! Oh my god. And everyone's faces. Oh my god. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Woohoo, extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control! What's going on? I can't take this anymore! Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it! Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here together forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful, secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful, secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of the regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't free the I can't speak, can I? Of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure you will learn all the mysteries of the school. Your thinking will change for sure. You think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's something deeper there's some deeper meaning in there. Just like before.
Kills! Chills! Kills!
Anyway, let's get back to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone's waiting for after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I gotta say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. She didn't care what happened to you. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone, or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectation for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding, I just have a pretty good intuition. Oh, chapter 1, to survive. The end. Surviving students. 12. To be continued. Okay, we got an item, the Despair Bat present. Yeah, we're gonna save this data and we're going to end the stream here. I really hope that you enjoyed watching, and I'm now going to probably go to bed because it is late for me. So I hope whoever's watching, I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Thank you for watching.